Have you ever noticed how some people, even well into their 70s, 80s, or beyond, just seem to possess an incredible zest for life? Their eyes sparkle with curiosity, their conversations are vibrant and engaging, and they seem to navigate the world with an effortless mental agility that makes you wonder. What's their secret? You see them learning new things, actively participating in life, and simply radiating a youthful spirit that defies the calendar. But then, there's the other side of the coin. The quiet fear that many of us carry. A worry that as the years add up, our minds might inevitably slow down. Our memories might start to falter. Or that once sharp wit might begin to dull. It's a painful reality that society often whispers to us. That aging means a decline, a winding down of our mental faculties. We might find ourselves fumbling for words, forgetting names, or simply feeling a little less on than we used to. And it can be disheartening. But what if I told you that this doesn't have to be your inevitable path? What if the secret to maintaining a vibrant, truly younger mind isn't some expensive supplement or complicated medical procedure, but rather a collection of surprisingly simple, yet incredibly powerful habits that you can start incorporating into your life right now? The truth is, for many, the very things that keep their minds incredibly sharp and spirited at 75 and beyond are often overlooked because they seem so basic. In this video, we're going to dive deep into 5 specific habits that can profoundly impact your cognitive vitality, keeping your memory sharper, your mind more agile, and your spirit more youthful than you ever thought possible. These are not complex brain exercises you need a degree to understand. They are practical, everyday choices that make a world of difference. So, settle in, because you'll want to watch to the very end for something that will truly surprise you about your own potential. Let's dive right into the first habit that truly sets those with youthfully vibrant minds apart. Something you might already be doing without even fully appreciating its profound impact. They never stop being curious. It's about embracing lifelong learning and a genuine desire to understand, explore, and grow, regardless of what the calendar says. Think about it. When we're young, the world is a giant classroom, and every day brings new discoveries. We're constantly absorbing, questioning, and experimenting. Yet, as we get older, it's easy to fall into a routine, to feel like we've learned enough, or to think that new skills are for the younger generation. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Your brain, much like a muscle, thrives on being challenged. When you expose it to novel information, new patterns, or different ways of thinking, you're not just passing the time. You're actively building and strengthening neural pathways. So you're creating a denser, more resilient network of connections that can better withstand the natural effects of aging. So, what does this look like in practice? It's not about going back to university, though if that appeals, go for it. It's about small, consistent acts of intellectual engagement. Have you ever considered learning a few phrases in a new language, even if it's just to understand your favorite foreign film better? The act of grappling with new vocabulary and grammar structures is an incredible workout for your memory and problem-solving skills. Or perhaps picking up a new hobby that requires some mental effort. Maybe it's learning to play a musical instrument, even just a simple ukulele. Or diving into the intricate world of knitting complex patterns, or even mastering a new card game or strategy board game. These activities demand focus, planning, and recall, all of which are superb for cognitive health. Even something as simple as reading widely, exploring genres you wouldn't normally touch, or listening to podcasts on unfamiliar topics keeps your brain actively processing new information and expanding its understanding of the world. The key here isn't to become an expert overnight, but to consistently feed your brain fresh challenges. It's about maintaining that spark of wonder you had as a child, that desire to know why and how every time you engage in something new. You're not just acquiring a skill. You're actively demonstrating to your brain that it's still needed, that it's still capable, and that there's always more to discover. This active engagement creates a rich cognitive reserve, a kind of mental savings account that can help protect against cognitive decline. So, if you're someone who still eagerly picks up a new book, learns a new recipe, or figures out how a new gadget works, you are absolutely keeping your mind younger than you think. You're telling your brain, loud and clear, that its work is far from over. Now, let's seamlessly transition into another equally vital habit that fosters a youthful mind. One that might seem more about the heart than the head, but its impact on your cognitive health is profound: prioritizing meaningful social connection. It's about staying connected, genuinely engaged with others, and actively combating the subtle creep of isolation that can sometimes accompany later life. Loneliness isn't just a sad feeling. It's a significant risk factor for cognitive decline, depression, and a whole host of physical health issues. Our brains are fundamentally wired for connection. Throughout human history, our survival depended on our ability to cooperate, communicate, and form bonds. When we interact with others, our brains are buzzing. We're interpreting facial expressions, understanding tone of voice, recalling shared memories, planning conversations, and empathizing with different perspectives. All of these processes are powerful cognitive workouts. Think about a lively chat with a friend over coffee, a heartfelt conversation with a family member, or the collaborative effort of a group project. These aren't just pleasant experiences. They are complex mental gymnastics that keep your brain agile and responsive. Meaningful social connections provide a sense of purpose, belonging, and emotional support, which are crucial for reducing stress and promoting overall well-being. Chronic stress, as we know, can have detrimental effects on brain health, particularly on areas related to memory and learning. When you feel connected, supported, and valued, your body's stress response is often attenuated, allowing your brain to function more optimally. What does this habit look like in daily life? It doesn't mean you need to become a social butterfly overnight if that's not your natural inclination. It's about quality over quantity. It could be as simple as scheduling a regular weekly phone call with a sibling or an old friend. Perhaps it's joining a book club, a walking group, or a volunteer organization that aligns with your passions. Even engaging in online communities focused on your interests, provided they foster genuine interaction, can be beneficial. The key is to seek out opportunities for two-way communication, where you're both giving and receiving, sharing ideas, and feeling understood. Consider the joy and mental stimulation of preparing a meal with loved ones, discussing current events with neighbors, or simply sharing a laugh over a cup of tea. These interactions aren't just fleeting moments. They contribute to a rich tapestry of social engagement that nourishes your brain. If you find yourself consistently making an effort to reach out, to maintain friendships, to participate in community activities, or even just to have engaging conversations with the people you encounter daily, you are actively preserving and enhancing your cognitive vitality. You are telling your brain that the world is still an interesting place to navigate with others, that human connection is vital, and that your capacity for empathy and communication remains strong. Those who still make time for these kinds of connections at 75 aren't just being friendly. They are proactively keeping their minds sharp and their spirits bright. Moving on, another incredibly powerful way to keep your mind truly youthful is through consistent physical movement, not just strenuous exercise. For many years, the connection between physical activity and brain health was understated, but now we know it's absolutely undeniable. Your brain relies heavily on a steady supply of oxygen and nutrients, delivered by a healthy circulatory system. When you move your body, you improve blood flow throughout your entire system, including your brain. This enhanced circulation ensures that your brain cells are well fed and well oxygenated, which is crucial for their optimal function and survival, beyond just delivering fuel. Physical activity also stimulates the production of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF, sometimes called brain fertilizer. BDNF helps with the growth of new brain cells, particularly in the hippocampus, a brain region critical for learning and memory. It also supports the survival of existing brain cells and strengthens synaptic connections, which are the communication points between neurons. Now, when I say physical movement, I'm not suggesting you suddenly need to train for a marathon or start lifting heavy weights if that's not something you enjoy or are accustomed to. The emphasis here is on consistency and finding activities that bring you joy and that you can sustain over time. Even moderate intensity activities, performed regularly, can have profound effects. Think about the simple act of a daily walk. A brisk 30-minute walk each day can significantly improve your cardiovascular health, which in turn benefits your brain. It's also an opportunity to engage your senses, observe your surroundings, and clear your mind, all of which contribute to cognitive well-being. Gardening is another fantastic example. It involves a variety of movements, bending, lifting, reaching, plus it connects you with nature, reduces stress, and often involves planning and problem solving, like deciding where to plant what or how to nurture specific plants. Dancing, whether it's ballroom, line dancing, or just grooving to your favorite tunes in the living room, is especially beneficial because it combines physical movement with mental coordination, memory for steps, and often social interaction. Even gentle activities like Tai Chi or yoga, which focus on balance, flexibility, and controlled breathing, can improve focus, reduce stress, and enhance body awareness, all contributing to a sharper mind. The key is to make movement a natural part of your day, rather than an arduous task. Take the stairs instead of the elevator, park a little further away, walk to the local shop instead of driving, or simply get up and move around for a few minutes every hour if you spend a lot of time sitting. The cumulative effect of these small movements adds up. If you're someone who still regularly gets up and moves, whether it's tending to your garden, enjoying a daily stroll, or even just dancing around the kitchen while you cook, you're actively nourishing your brain in ways that contribute to a remarkably youthful mind. You're telling your body and your brain that you're still active, still capable, and ready for whatever life brings. This consistent physical engagement is a cornerstone of maintaining cognitive vitality as the years progress. Next, let's talk about something incredibly fundamental, yet often overlooked when we think about brain health: nourishing your mind with the right foods. Just like any other complex machine, your brain needs high-quality fuel to perform at its best. What you put into your body directly impacts your brain's structure, function, and even your mood. Think of your brain as a hungry engine that's constantly running. Even when you're sleeping, it demands a steady supply of specific nutrients to build and repair cells, produce neurotransmitters that allow communication between neurons, and protect itself from damage. Unfortunately, in our modern world, it's easy to fall into habits of eating processed foods, sugary snacks, and unhealthy fats, which can lead to inflammation and oxidative stress, two major culprits in cognitive decline. These foods might provide a quick energy boost, but they offer little in terms of sustained brain power and can actually contribute to mental fog and fatigue in the long run. So, what are these right foods? It's not about restrictive diets or exotic ingredients. It's about embracing a whole foods approach, emphasizing nutrient-dense options that support brain health. Let's start with omega-3 fatty acids, often found in fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines. These are essential building blocks for brain cell membranes and play a crucial role in reducing inflammation and promoting overall brain function. If fish isn't your thing, consider walnuts, chia seeds, and flax seeds as plant-based sources. Then there are antioxidants, which are vital for protecting your brain from the damage caused by free radicals. Berries, like blueberries, strawberries, and raspberries, are powerhouses of antioxidants and have been linked to improved memory and cognitive function. Leafy green vegetables, such as spinach, kale, and collard greens, are also packed with vitamins K, lutein, folate, and beta-carotene, all of which are important for brain health. Including a variety of colorful fruits and vegetables in your daily diet ensures you're getting a broad spectrum of these protective compounds. Whole grains, like oats, brown rice, and quinoa, provide a steady release of glucose to the brain, which is its primary energy source, preventing energy crashes that can lead to mental sluggishness. And don't forget about nuts and seeds. A handful of almonds, walnuts, or pumpkin seeds makes for a great brain-boosting snack, offering healthy fats, protein, and antioxidants. Hydration is also incredibly important. Even mild dehydration can impair cognitive function, leading to difficulty concentrating and memory issues. Simply drinking enough water throughout the day is a fundamental step for a clear mind. The key is to make conscious choices each time you eat. It's about gradually shifting towards more natural, unprocessed foods and away from sugary, refined options. If you're someone who still enjoys cooking from scratch, incorporating fresh ingredients, and making mindful choices about what you put on your plate, you are profoundly investing in your cognitive longevity. You are literally fueling your brain for sustained youthful function. Finally, we arrive at a habit that might seem subtle, but its impact on mental vitality is truly profound, cultivating mindfulness and actively managing stress. In our fast-paced world, stress has become almost a constant companion. But chronic stress is one of the most detrimental forces to our brain health, especially as we age. When you're under prolonged stress, your body releases hormones like cortisol, which, in excess, can actually shrink areas of the brain critical for memory and learning. Like the hippocampus, it can also lead to inflammation in the brain and interfere with neurotransmitter balance, resulting in feelings of overwhelm, poor concentration, and even brain fog. Those who maintain a younger mind at 75 often intuitively understand the importance of calming their nervous system and creating moments of mental peace. Mindfulness is simply the practice of being present and fully aware of the current moment, without judgment. It's not about emptying your mind, but about observing your thoughts and feelings as they arise, without getting carried away by them. This practice helps to reduce rumination, anxiety, and the negative thought patterns that can trap your mind in a cycle of stress. How do you integrate this into your daily life? It doesn't have to involve hours of meditation, although that's certainly beneficial if it resonates with you. Even just 5 or 10 minutes a day can make a significant difference. Try a simple deep breathing exercise. Inhale slowly through your nose. Hold for a few seconds, and then exhale slowly through your mouth. Focusing on your breath can quickly bring you into the present moment and activate your body's relaxation response. Another practical approach is to engage your senses fully during everyday activities. When you're drinking your morning tea, truly notice the warmth of the mug, the aroma, the taste. When you're walking, pay attention to the feeling of your feet on the ground, the sounds around you, the sights. This deliberate awareness helps to quiet the mental chatter and reduce the stress response. Beyond formal mindfulness practices, engaging in hobbies that are calming and restorative can also be incredibly effective stress managers. Perhaps it's spending time in nature, whether it's a leisurely walk in a park, tending to your garden, or simply sitting on a bench and observing the trees. The natural world has a remarkable ability to soothe the mind. Activities like knitting, crocheting, painting, or even doing puzzles can also be meditative. They provide a focal point, require concentration, and offer a sense of accomplishment, all of which contribute to a relaxed, engaged mind. The goal is to build regular habits that signal to your brain that it's safe to relax, to process, and to rejuvenate. If you're someone who consciously carves out time for peace, for reflection, for unwinding, whether it's through a few moments of quiet contemplation, a calming hobby, or simply learning to let go of worries, you are actively protecting your brain from the damaging effects of stress and fostering a mind that feels truly younger and more resilient. You're giving your mind the space it needs to thrive. Rather than constantly being on high alert, we've journeyed through some truly powerful habits that can keep your mind astonishingly vibrant and youthful. Far beyond what many might expect. We've seen how embracing a spirit of lifelong curiosity and continuing to learn new things can literally rewire your brain, keeping those neural pathways active and strong. We've explored the profound importance of genuine social connection, showing how meaningful interactions combat isolation and provide essential cognitive workouts and emotional support. We also delved into the surprising power of consistent physical movement, highlighting how even gentle activities fuel your brain and encourage the growth of new cells. And of course, we discussed the critical role of nourishing your mind with the right foods, giving your brain the premium fuel it needs to function optimally, and the calming influence of mindfulness and stress reduction, protecting your cognitive health from the silent damage of chronic worry. Remember, You don't need to transform your entire life overnight, nor do you need to do everything perfectly. The true magic lies in consistency and small, achievable steps. Even incorporating just one or two of these habits more intentionally into your daily routine can make a big difference to your brain health, your mood, and your overall sense of happiness. Each time you choose to learn something new, reach out to a friend, take a brisk walk, choose a wholesome meal, or simply take a few mindful breaths, you are making a powerful statement to your brain. I value you, I'm investing in you, and you're far from done. Your age is just a number. It doesn't define your capacity for growth, joy, or intellectual engagement. What truly defines a young mind is its willingness to engage, to adapt, to explore, and to nurture itself. It's the spirit of active participation in life that truly keeps you vibrant. And here's that surprise I promised you if you're someone who still instinctively leans into these very habits. If you still find yourself asking questions, seeking out companionship, enjoying a good walk, savoring real food, or finding ways to calm your spirit, then your mind is already far younger and more resilient than you might realize. The secret isn't external. It's the power of these consistent, everyday choices that you might already be making. You possess the innate wisdom and capacity to maintain a truly youthful mind. The surprising truth is that the profound impact of these simple, consistent actions often far outweighs any complex regimen or expensive brain-boosting product. You already hold so much power to cultivate a thriving mind. I'd absolutely love to hear from you. Which of these habits do you already practice regularly, perhaps without even realizing how beneficial they are? Or which one are you most excited to try or focus on? First, share your thoughts, your experiences, and any tips you have in the comments below. Your insights could be just what someone else needs to hear. If you found this video helpful and inspiring, please give it a thumbs up. That simple click really helps our channel reach more amazing people like you who are looking to live their best lives. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our future videos packed with practical advice for thriving at every stage of life. Your mind is an extraordinary gift, capable of astonishing things at any age. Keep challenging it, keep nurturing it, and keep celebrating every bit of its incredible potential. Live your best life, vibrant, curious, and full of joy. At every age,